Hello and happy 2023. I'm Edgar, and I'm using my new laptop light to record this film, which is just an example of some of the new equipment that I'll be using as I am continuing to expand the channel for the Eye of the Serpent. And this is going to be for both the YouTube and the TikTok sides of the Eye of the Serpent channel. So I'm going to say a few things about the plans for the upcoming year. But before I did that, I wanted to make a couple comments about what happened in 2022. This was a very important and consequential year for both the TikTok and YouTube channels. On the YouTube side, my followers effectively tripled since the beginning of 2022. And I began the TikTok channel in September of last year, and it has been seeing thousands and thousands of new followers. So I will say that this has been a very good year for getting new attention, getting new visibility. And I want to thank everybody who has been a part of it, all of you who have helped to make the Eye of the Serpent channel grow with just unexpected response. And I'm very grateful for everybody who has come on. I also want to remind everybody that although most of the content on this channel is Mesoamerican, the scope has always been the pan-Indian vision, the looking across the Americas. So I am going to be including more content from my travels in North America, South America, a little bit more of my Central American travels as well. So while the channel will continue to work with much content with Nahuatl, I will also complement this material with other travels from different parts of North, Central, and South America. So going back to the Now What, this was a very successful part of my growth from 2022, and I definitely plan to include more of that into this coming year. The Now What word of the week has been tremendously successful, and I will continue to do that. So we can expect the 52 installments of the Now What word of the week for 2023. I've already begun this, and I will also like to include the new Now What for Aztec Religion series, which was also got a tremendous amount of response. And I would like to finally pick up the series two, which is going to be focusing on how to conjugate the verbs. And we just be aware that Now What has four verb classes, and I want to give each of the verb classes the attention it needs in order to have a very complete understanding of this important part of Now What grammar. So that's going to be, I'd like to include more of that work in this coming year. I'm also planning to finish up some of my web app projects. Some of you may have seen edgarsmesoart.com, edgarsmayaart.com, edgarmartindocampo.com is the portfolio where I kind of keep everything together. And I would like to include some more apps. I want to finish up, for example, the Mesoamerican calendar app that I will apply to both the Aztec, or I'm sorry, the Maya and Mesoamerica websites, but this calendar app will include Aztec and Maya reckonings of the Mesoamerican calendar. And there's been a lot of response on this as well. So I definitely plan to incorporate a lot of the comments and feedback and correspondences that I've been picking up since this past year. I would also like to spend some time to talk about a lot of the misinformation that is circulating the internet. And this is something that has been concerning me greatly, especially when people bring those misconceptions into their comments, because I appreciate the comments, especially when they are trying to engage in a dialogue, when they're trying to be productive. But when they are confrontational, and especially when they are based on groundless evidence, evidence that is invalid, cannot be proven, cannot be disproven, but is taken like with as dogma. These are things that concern me because there's just a lot of these misconceptions that need to be clarified. I'm looking especially at matters of ethnic identity. How do you identify yourself as an indigenous, as a member of an indigenous group? This is something that I see a lot of confusion and miscommunication about, and so I'd like to talk about this. I also want to talk more about the origins and the declines of several of the ancient civilizations, especially in the Mesoamerican area, because especially when it comes to the Olmec, the Maya, the Aztec, the Toltec, there seems to be a lot of curiosity in the evolution of these civilizations, but there's also a lot, again, of misinformation about where they came from and what happened to them after their decline. So I'm looking to talk more about these ideas. And so what I'd like to do then is talk more about the histories of these ancient civilizations and bring in what we actually do know, bring in the evidence that we can check, evidence that we can corroborate with historical, archaeological, linguistic, and other sources of scientific information, so that just kind of like set the record straight on what we actually know and what we still have to discover on the histories of these different civilizations. So these are some of the main ideas that I would like to be looking at in 2023. I also hope to travel again. I had quite a bit of travel since the pandemic restrictions on travel have finally begun to lift up. There are more opportunities to go to different parts of the Americas, and I'm looking to do more of that. I may even return to Mexico later this year, perhaps even for the Days of the Dead. But I will keep that an open table or open on the table for future discussion with you all on where you might want to see me travel to continue to build more videos and media and other content for the Eye of the Serpent channel. So this is going to be a very exciting year. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of stuff with it because I have new equipment. I have a new camera light. I have a new tablet. I have a membership in the San Antonio Museum of Art. Much of this, many of these things were Christmas presents, so I'm definitely going to be using them to their fullest advantage. So that's something that I'm very excited for in 2023. So there's going to be more focus on Nahuatl, more focus on new travels, more about the ancient civilizations of the of Mesoamerica, and and also continuing some of my work on finishing up some of these Mesoamerican website apps that I have been developing, and I would like to finally deploy and get live on the websites. And I will definitely let you know when these are available for you to review and to use for your own interest. So this is going to be a very interesting year in terms of the writing projects, the video projects that are going to be coming up in the Eye of the Serpent channel. And I'm actually looking forward to using some of this new equipment as I'm going to the San Antonio Museum of Art to look at their reopened Latin American wings. And so with that, this will be a segue into today's mask.
Today's mask presents a jaguar face from the state of Guerrero, Mexico. Traditionally worn during ritual dances meant to impersonate the jaguar, it represents the desire for the indigenous community to subdue nature's wilder and more dangerous elements, thus preventing them from damaging livestock. The jaguar mask's most famous expression was among the Danza de los Tigres, performed by modern Nahua and neighboring cultures in the southern Mexican states of Oaxaca, Puebla, and Guerrero. This clip is my first video taken from my new tablet, which I will be using to create and share more content for the coming year. I visited the San Antonio Museum of Art at the beginning of January, specifically to shoot photos and videos of Native American art for the channel. This clip was a test drive for the quality and stability I wish to ensure for new media ahead. I also wanted to ensure that the tablet's camera could effectively capture important details for discussion. It should, for instance, highlight the coarse boar hair and animal teeth used to decorate this wooden mask, to give it a feral and grotesque visage. If you have seen enough of my longer videos, you may have noticed that masks are a cornerstone to my explorations of Native American spirituality and thought. Through its juxtaposition of diverse animal parts, this jaguar mask embodies nature's savage and voracious side. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Eye of the Serpent channel for updates. Your support goes toward travel, research, and production. Thank you for watching. Happy 2023 and good roads.